Hold on, I have a hair. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brandy Morgan and we talk about all things freelance, working remote, and creating the life that you want. If you want to join our freelance family, make sure to hit that subscribe button now. So today's video, I'm going to talk about the 5 best tips that I have personally all used to actually land freelance clients. The first one is start creating content about what it is that you do. So what is your skill set that you are offering prospects or potential clients that you could start creating content about? Are you a software developer? Start creating content about that. Are you into social media? Like, are you a social media manager? Are you trying to freelance in that area? Start creating content around what it's like to be a social media manager, or tips and tricks around social media. Or if you're a marketer and you're trying to land some marketing clients, start creating content about marketing or useful things about marketing that maybe people don't know, or just like the social media or the coding one, tips and tricks for doing X, Y, and Z, or kind of like this video, like 5 ways to land freelance clients. What are 5 things you didn't know about marketing, or 5 ways to improve your SEO? 5 things that could better improve your website performance. So for me, freelancing, free plug here, I have a freelancing school with a link down below that offers, 10 specific courses on how to land freelance clients and how to build a profitable freelance clients with a bunch of downloads and, a ton of video content all around freelancing and building a profitable freelance business. So that is what I do, or that's my business, and that's one of the reasons why I create content around it. Also, because I literally think freelancing is the best way to create the life that you want. But that's totally on a different tangent. So back to the 5 things. So yes, first one, create content around what it is that you do. If you have questions about this, hit me in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them. A lot of people asked in a previous video, what type of content would you create? Just literally what I said. Think of tips and tricks. Think of like numbers like top 10 or top 5 or top 3, things about X, Y, and Z. What if you created a piece of content, what would make somebody want to work with you? If you're giving people free advice or free things that actually work, that people really like that. Like, think about the type of content that you want to be consuming. It's usually content that's going to help you do something. The second part of that is making sure that content is searchable. So when you are creating like blog or video type content, make sure to research keywords that people are actually searching for. If you are confused at how to do this, Google it. Google also has a tool that's free. It's called Keyword Planner. I use it all the time. I use it in my own content. I use it for my clients. It's a great free tool where you can seriously type in just a keyword or a phrase, and it is going to show you the topmost keywords that people are actually searching for related to that term that you specifically searched. So the second part of creating searchable content is hashtags. So hashtags exist everywhere, not just Instagram and Twitter. They're on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn. These are super specific about what type of content that you're creating. So if you're creating something about social media or 5 best tools to use when you're managing social accounts, make sure you hashtag social media or social media manager. It might be even to your advantage to specify your location, especially if you are maybe trying to get local businesses. That is also super helpful because local keywords are trending. I see them all the time on LinkedIn and in Twitter. And the reason why those first 2 things are super important is because what you're really doing is you are building authority online around a specific topic. So if you are trying to become a software developer freelancer, start building authority around that by creating content specifically about the problem that you solve as a software developer. And then the second part of that is making sure people can find that content, because that content is only useful if people have the ability to find it and read it and consume it. The third thing is networking online or in person. So networking online, we'll tackle that part first. So if you are trying to land clients in XYZ space, You need to go to those social platforms that those people are on and start engaging with them. An example of this, now this is not necessarily freelance related, but it kind of goes into it, and I'll explain. So several years ago, my dream job was to work at Microsoft, and I still love Microsoft. So what I did was I started looking up developer advocates at Microsoft because that was what I wanted to do, or what I thought I wanted to do. I found a couple and I started engaging with them on Twitter, purely just liking some of the stuff that they posted. One of them saw I liked their post and they went to my Twitter, and I don't have a ton of Twitter followers, and they clicked the link in my description or my bio, and it went to my YouTube channel. At that time, my YouTube channel, which you can probably still find this content, it was a lot of software development tutorials and how-tos or explaining concepts. And that person reached out to me and said, hey, would you be interested in working at Microsoft? I said, yes, of course. So I went through that whole thing. They flew me out to Seattle. I did interviews. I didn't get the job, which was totally fine. But now, as a contractor and a freelancer, I have actually worked with Microsoft on several occasions that they have paid me to come out and do specific work for them. So it all worked out. But what I'm saying is start engaging with the people that you want to work with or that you potentially want to work with on social media, whether that's Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Pick a platform and start engaging. But make sure you're picking a platform where these people are actually on and they're actually engaging on as well. So if you decide to go on Twitter, but maybe those people aren't on Twitter, they're more on Instagram, you probably want to switch to go to Instagram and start engaging with their content there. So the next part is in person. So let's say you are very local specific. Maybe you're a marketer and you're really good with local ads or Google local ads. Like that's your niche and that's the business you want to grow, because doing paid local ads, you can actually get a ton of money if you're good at it. So maybe that's your niche. So you want to start targeting local ads. So besides targeting them the paid way, the organic approach would be start researching different businesses that you would potentially want to work with that are in your area, and you can start doing the cold outreach approach to them. You would introduce yourself, you would let them know of a few things you like about their site or their ads, and then you would also let them know of things that you may suggest. And your suggestion, you want to be specific and also detailed enough so they understand that A, you know what you're talking about, and B, that they could actually possibly implement themselves. And the reason why you want to do this, because either they're going to follow up with, hey, thank you, that was so nice of you, I appreciate your feedback and like your constructive criticism, or they're going to ask you, why did you make that suggestion, or how did you do it? Why? Because I've done that, and those are literally the 3 responses I always get. They'll send a thank you, and then later on they're going to be like, okay, well, how do you actually implement that? Either I will tell them how I implement it. Oftentimes I do that. I'm always going to add value before I ask them to work with me. And then 9 times out of 10, they're going to come back and say, hey, that didn't work, blah, blah, blah. That's when you can sell them on your pitch of how much you charge and what value you could provide more for them and their business. And the 4th is ask your friends and family. If you are new to freelancing and you really, really, really want to get started on this, but maybe you don't have a ton of experience or you don't have any clients, pause this video after this point and do exactly what I say. You are going to go over to Facebook, click the write a post, and this is what you are going to write. Hey friends and family, I am starting my journey as a freelancer in XYZ. Your XYZ is where you insert your skill set, whether that's a freelance developer, a freelance marketer, freelance content writer, content creator, whatever it is, you fill in that part. So you have your hey friends part. I am looking for clients so I can start building out my portfolio to showcase my work. Right now I have a very special, very introductory rate of X. You can either state the dollar amount or don't, but you have an introductory offer that you want to offer anybody who's interested or needs help in X, Y, and Z. If you know of anybody, please send them this. Please share this post on your page. I have told people to do that, and I'm not joking, almost 10 out of 10. I would almost say I'm shooting at 100 right now for this one. They will get a client. It's not going to be a ton of money, but they're going to get a client. Whether that's a $200 website or content writing, if you do that and you actually explain to your friends and family what it is that you're doing or what you need help with, I can guarantee you that they are going to want to help you, or they're going to know somebody that needs help in that area. So asking people on Facebook is one of the easiest and most effective ways to land your first freelance client or clients. And lastly, number 5, join online communities. I actually have my own online community. There's a link in the description, free plug. But what it is it's an online community. It's called a Slack group. If you're not familiar with Slack, it's essentially a messaging application that you can do on your computer or on your phone. And you can literally talk with people from all over the world. That's what my Slack group, it's open to anybody who is interested in tech or freelancing. Anybody can join, the link's down there. But there are hundreds of thousands of these Slack groups. And they have specific ones for very specific communities, like whatever it is that you're trying to do. They have software development ones that go as far as specific languages. They have project management groups. They have social media managers groups. They have designer groups. There are groups all over. There used to be a website you could probably still type in Slack groups and it'll populate a list of the different Slack groups you can join. The reason why it's so important about this is because one of the best ways to land freelance clients is through building relationships. And what better way to build a relationship than by joining a community and giving back? As somebody who has their own community, who has actually hired people, like my husband has hired 2 software developers out of this online community because of the way that they were engaging with others in the group, and also their ability to give back, whether that's through feedback or posting links to blog posts, things like that. So become an active member of one of these communities and make sure that you're looking at the different channels that they have. I have a freelance channel. I'm in other groups that have, job postings. So make sure you join these communities and you give back, you engage, you check out all the channels that they have, and make sure to join those freelance channels or those job posting channels. And make sure you're giving back to the other members by liking and commenting on the stuff that they post and joining in those conversations. Because oftentimes people in those communities, when they're looking to bring somebody on, whether it's to their company or they hear about a job posting, they're going to think of the person that is engaging and commenting and giving back in that community. So have that be you. Alright, you guys, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Boop, boop. And of course, subscribe to my channel below. Thanks, you guys. Whew. Hold on, I have a hair. That about. You know what I mean? So